Over 60? The 4 worst vitamins you should never take, and 4 you must take daily. For years, you've likely heard that taking vitamins every morning is one of the smartest decisions for your health, especially as you get older. A little pill for your bones, another for your heart, perhaps one more for energy. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? However, there's a crucial and often unspoken truth that many seniors are unaware of. Some of the very vitamins you're taking daily could actually be making you feel weaker, more mentally foggy, and even more prone to illness. Clinical research indicates that certain supplements, the ones often marketed as essential for older adults, can accumulate in your body. This buildup can strain your liver, stiffen your arteries, and even increase your risk of experiencing a stroke or nerve damage. What's particularly concerning is that these aren't obscure or exotic supplements. They are common vitamins found in almost every senior's medicine cabinet. This happens because as we age, our bodies naturally change. Our livers become less efficient at filtering out toxins, our kidneys have a harder time expelling excess substances, and our nerves and blood vessels grow more fragile. Consequently, something that was beneficial at age 40 could, by age 65, become a silent threat to your well-being. In this discussion, we will reveal the 4 vitamins that you should avoid taking once you reach the age of 60. Equally important, we will also highlight 4 vitamins that are essential for daily intake to protect your brain health, strengthen your muscles, and potentially even extend your lifespan. Make sure you stay until the very end, as one particular vitamin has been scientifically linked to a remarkable 36% reduction in the risk of death from all causes. This is not mere speculation, it's supported by solid data. So, take a moment to review your supplement bottles, check the labels carefully, and let's uncover whether the pills you're taking each morning are genuinely contributing to a longer, healthier life or subtly draining your vitality. The 4th worst vitamin, vitamin A, retinol form, the good guy that turns toxic after 60. On the surface, vitamin A sounds like a health superhero, and indeed, doctors often recommend it for its benefits to vision, skin, and the immune system. This is accurate when it's in the correct form and taken in appropriate amounts. However, a crucial point that most seniors miss is that after the age of 60, an excessive intake of vitamin A, specifically in the retinol form, a synthetic version commonly found in multivitamins and liver-based supplements, can gradually build up in your system and become harmful. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C or B vitamins, which are easily flushed out of the body through urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. This means your body stores it in your liver and fatty tissues. The challenge arises with age because your liver's ability to process excess substances diminishes and your body's fat distribution changes, impacting how vitamins are stored. The vitamin A you consume today doesn't leave your body tomorrow. It accumulates gradually, like a slow drip filling a container until it eventually overflows. The hidden dangers of accumulation. Over time, this buildup can lead to symptoms that many seniors mistakenly attribute to the natural process of aging. These can include dry skin and brittle hair, dizziness and blurred vision, joint pain and stiffness, and persistent fatigue. But the consequences can be more severe. A comprehensive review, published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2022, discovered that seniors with elevated levels of vitamin A had a 25% higher likelihood of developing atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that significantly elevates the risk of stroke in individuals over 65. In essence, what appears to be a harmless vitamin pill might be silently increasing your susceptibility to a potentially life-threatening event. Determining too much. So, what constitutes an excessive amount? If your multivitamin or supplement provides more than 700 micrograms of retinol or retinol palmitate daily for women, or 900 micrograms for men, you are entering a danger zone. Many supplements specifically designed for seniors far exceed these recommended amounts without consumers realizing it. A safer alternative. The good news is that you don't have to completely eliminate vitamin A from your diet. Your body still needs it, but it's best obtained in the safe form known as beta-carotene. This precursor nutrient is naturally abundant in foods like sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. Your body possesses the remarkable ability to convert beta-carotene into vitamin A only when it's needed, thereby eliminating the risk of overdose. Think of beta-carotene as a self-regulating fuel gauge. It only adds fuel when the tank is truly low. Retinol, on the other hand, continues to fill the tank until it overflows, initiating damage. The essential takeaway is that if you are over 60, it's crucial to examine your supplement labels. If you see retinol or retinol palmitate listed, it's time to reconsider. Opt instead for whole food sources and allow your body to regulate its own intake. After 60, maintaining good health is less about consuming more pills and more about making wise choices regarding the right ones in the correct forms. The third worst vitamin, iron supplements, the energy booster, that backfires. After 60, when people think of iron, energy is often the first thing that comes to mind. Doctors prescribe it to combat fatigue, and many multivitamins include it to address tiredness. For decades, iron has been promoted as a remedy for brittle nails, pale skin, and general weakness. However, the reality that is often not communicated to seniors is that after the age of 60, iron supplements can inadvertently become toxic. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, iron is not easily excreted from the body. Instead, it is stored in vital organs such as the liver, heart, and pancreas. As you continue to take in more iron on top of what your body already possesses, it doesn't simply disappear, it accumulates, much like rust forming on an old pipe, slowly causing damage from the inside out. Why iron becomes dangerous with age. Men stop losing iron after puberty, and women cease to lose it after menopause, meaning the natural mechanism for iron loss is eliminated. Unless you have experienced significant blood loss due to surgery, ulcers, or a diagnosed medical condition, it's highly unlikely you are deficient in iron. Any surplus iron then remains in your organs, contributing to oxidative stress. This process involves unstable molecules that damage your cells and prematurely age your tissues. A study published in Alzheimer's Research and Therapy in 2018 established a connection between excess iron and an increased risk of dementia. Other research suggests it can exacerbate heart disease, liver damage, and even contribute to certain types of cancer. The most striking fact is that very few seniors actually require iron supplements. The silent symptoms of iron overload. The disconcerting aspect of iron toxicity is that it doesn't announce itself with obvious warning signs. The symptoms are often vague and frequently mistaken for the natural effects of aging, including joint pain and stiffness, persistent fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, memory problems or brain fog, and heart palpitations or irregular heartbeats. Yet, behind the scenes, that energy-boosting pill might be actively harming your heart, liver, and brain. The problem with multivitamins. Many popular multivitamins formulated for seniors continue to include iron, even though the majority of older adults do not need it. This can exacerbate the issue when combined with an iron-rich diet, which includes red meat, beans, and fortified cereals, essentially adding fuel to the fire. What to do instead? A more prudent approach involves carefully checking supplement labels. If your multivitamin contains iron and your doctor has not identified a deficiency, it's time to switch to an iron-free alternative. It's advisable to get tested. Ask your doctor for a serum ferritin or transferrin saturation test to determine your actual iron levels. Opt for senior multivitamins specifically designed without iron to prevent overload. Ensure a balanced diet, as you will naturally obtain sufficient iron from sources like lean meats, beans, and leafy green vegetables without the need for excessive supplementation. The fundamental point is that iron is essential during youth when regular blood loss occurs. However, after age 60, your body's requirement for supplemental iron significantly decreases. In fact, it can accelerate aging, impair memory, and strain your heart. Therefore, before taking another energy-boosting pill, remember that something that was once beneficial can become detrimental if your body no longer requires it. Your energy after 60 should stem from protecting your organs, reducing inflammation, and providing your body with precisely what it truly needs. The second worst vitamin, calcium supplements, the bone saver that can damage your heart. For many years, seniors have been consistently advised that to maintain strong bones, daily calcium intake is paramount. This message is prevalent in television advertisements, doctors' pamphlets, and nearly every multivitamin marketed for bone health. However, the startling reality is that calcium supplements, particularly when taken without accompanying nutrients, can be more detrimental than beneficial for individuals over 60. The complications with calcium supplements. In your younger years, your bones effectively act like sponges, readily absorbing calcium, guided by hormones and growth factors that direct it where it's needed. However, after the age of 60, this absorptive process becomes less efficient. Your bones no longer absorb calcium as effectively. Consequently, the excess calcium you ingest does not simply disappear. Instead, it can travel to unintended parts of the body. It can deposit in your arteries, leading to hardening of the blood vessels and increasing the risk of heart attack. It can accumulate in your joints, contributing to stiffness and pain, and can also calcify soft tissues, creating conditions that are difficult for the body to reverse. A comprehensive review conducted in 2016 and published in the Journal of the American Heart Association substantiated this danger, finding that seniors who took calcium supplements had a 22% elevated risk of heart disease. Thus, while you may have been trying to protect your bones, you could have inadvertently been weakening your heart. The silent symptoms of calcium overload. Initially, the signs of excess calcium may seem minor. These can include digestive issues like bloating and constipation, joint aches, and fatigue, along with poor concentration. However, over time, calcium overload can manifest as hardened arteries, an increased risk of stroke or heart attack, painful and recurrent kidney stones, and impaired absorption of essential nutrients such as zinc, iron, and magnesium. The cruel irony is that your bones may not even become stronger as a result. Why taking calcium alone fails. Here's a critical secret that many supplement manufacturers fail to disclose. Calcium cannot function optimally without its essential partners. Vitamin D3 plays a vital role in helping your gut absorb calcium into your bloodstream. Vitamin K2 then directs this calcium into your bones and prevents it from depositing in your arteries. Magnesium helps to balance calcium, ensuring it doesn't lead to tissue hardening. When you take a plain calcium pill without these cofactors, your body lacks the necessary guidance and the mineral ends up in the wrong places. What you should do, instead, it is advisable to prioritize calcium from food sources, leafy green vegetables, sardines with bones, yogurt, almonds, and chia seeds offer calcium in a naturally absorbable form. Crucially, pair your calcium intake with vitamin D3 and K2. If supplementation is deemed necessary, it should always be in conjunction with these vitamins. Incorporate regular physical activity into your routine. Weight-bearing exercises are just as vital for bone strength as calcium. Carefully monitor your intake. If your multivitamin already provides 500 to 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily, and you consume calcium-rich foods, you might be exceeding your body's needs. The overarching message is that calcium is indeed vital, but not in the way seniors have often been instructed. In isolation, calcium supplements can contribute to clogged arteries, stiff joints, and an increased risk of heart disease. True bone health is achieved through balance, obtaining calcium from whole foods, combining it with vitamins D3, K2, and magnesium, and maintaining an active lifestyle. After 60, the focus should not be on accumulating more pills, but on ensuring that nutrients are directed precisely where they are needed most, into your bones, not your arteries. The first worst vitamin, high-dose vitamin B6, the energy booster that quietly damages nerves. When most people hear the name vitamin B6, they typically associate it with safety and health benefits. It's water-soluble, aids in energy production, and supports nerve function. So, what could possibly be the issue? The surprising truth is that after the age of 60, consuming high doses of vitamin B6 can, in fact, be detrimental to your nervous system. Why B6 becomes risky. After 60, Unlike most B vitamins that your body readily excretes, vitamin B6 behaves differently. When taken in high concentrations, it can accumulate within your nerve tissues. Over time, this buildup can become neurotoxic, gradually damaging the very nerves it's intended to protect. Seniors are particularly susceptible because their livers process toxins at a slower rate and their nerves are already more fragile. A study published in Neurology in 2017 revealed that older adults taking high doses of vitamin B6 supplements experienced twice the risk of developing symptoms of nerve damage compared to those who maintained intake within safe limits. The symptoms that mimic aging. Here's why most seniors fail to identify this problem. The symptoms of vitamin B6 toxicity closely resemble those associated with normal aging or even conditions like diabetes. These can include tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, burning sensations, impaired balance and frequent falls, muscle weakness and fatigue, and brain fog that feels like a natural part of getting older. However, the underlying cause might not be age at all, but rather toxic levels of vitamin B6. The dosage trap. The officially recognized safe upper limit for vitamin B6 intake is 100 milligrams per day. However, a critical point to understand is that even a daily intake of 50 milligrams over extended periods has been shown to induce toxicity in older adults. Many supplements formulated for nerve support or energy enhancement contain 100% to 250% of the daily limit in a single serving. When you combine this with your daily multivitamin and fortified foods, you may inadvertently be overdosing every single day. Furthermore, unlike other nutritional deficiencies that can be readily corrected, nerve damage resulting from excessive vitamin B6 can take months or even years to recover from, and in some cases, the damage may be irreversible. What you should do, instead, it's best to prioritize obtaining your vitamin B6 from natural food sources. Chickpeas, tuna, turkey, bananas, and fortified cereals provide all the vitamin B6 you need in a safe and effective manner. Understand your actual daily requirement. Seniors typically only need about 1.5 mg for women and 1.7 mg for men. Carefully check your supplements. If your multivitamin or nerve support formula contains more than 5 to 10 milligrams of vitamin B6 per serving, it's time to seek an alternative. Consider getting tested. If you have concerns, consult your doctor for a vitamin B6 blood test. Avoid taking high doses, just in case. The crucial insight here is that vitamin B6 itself is not inherently bad. In fact, it's essential. However, excessive amounts can subtly diminish your mobility, balance, and independence. After 60, your body requires just enough to maintain healthy nerves, not megadoses that can lead to their burnout. If you have been taking extra B6 for energy or nerve support, it may be prudent to reassess, check your labels, and opt for safer, food-based alternatives. The truth is, when it comes to vitamin B6, more is definitively not better. More can be dangerous. From danger to defense, the essential shift seniors must make. So, you've learned about the 4 vitamins that might appear harmless on their labels but can quietly undermine your health after the age of 60, accelerating aging, weakening your heart, and potentially damaging your nerves. However, the positive aspect is that avoiding these potential dangers is only part of the solution. The true key to flourishing after 60 involves not just eliminating the wrong supplements, but actively nourishing your body with the right ones. The reality is that certain vitamins and nutrients do more than just offer minor assistance. They have the potential to restore strength, safeguard your heart, sharpen your memory, and even prolong your life. Unlike the potentially harmful nutrients we've discussed, these next 4 are supported by some of the most compelling research in senior health today. In fact, one of them has been directly linked to a significant 36% reduction in the risk of death from all causes. Therefore, let's transition from what you should avoid to the essential nutrients you must incorporate into your daily routine if you aspire to remain strong, steady, and mentally agile well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Let's begin with the first of these vital nutrients, a mineral that a majority of seniors are silently deficient in, yet it plays a role in over 300 bodily functions. The fourth best vitamin, magnesium, the mineral that quietly rebuilds you. After 60. If there's one nutrient that most seniors are unknowingly running low on, it's magnesium. The challenge lies in the fact that you often don't realize its absence until your body begins to exhibit symptoms that can easily be mistaken for normal signs of aging. Consider this: difficulty sleeping, muscle cramps at night, unexplained fatigue, or even an irregular heartbeat. Many seniors dismiss these as inevitable aspects of growing older. However, research strongly suggests that these are classic indicators of magnesium deficiency. Why magnesium matters. More after 60. Magnesium is a critical participant in over 300 biochemical reactions within your body. It helps maintain a steady heart rhythm, facilitates smooth muscle contraction and relaxation, supports nerve function and brain activity, regulates blood sugar levels and insulin sensitivity, and contributes to bone strength by working in synergy with calcium and vitamin D. The inherent problem is that as we age, our bodies naturally absorb less magnesium from the foods we consume. Compounding this issue are the common medications prescribed to seniors, such as those for blood pressure, acid reflux, or diuretics, which actually deplete magnesium from your system. This means that even if you maintain a reasonably healthy diet, there's a strong possibility your magnesium levels are declining year after year. The hidden risks of low magnesium. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2018 revealed a significant association between magnesium deficiency in older adults and a 50% higher risk of atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that increases the likelihood of stroke. Furthermore, low magnesium levels have been linked to an elevated risk of dementia and memory loss, a greater probability of developing type 2 diabetes, and increased chronic inflammation, which accelerates the aging process. It's no wonder that magnesium is often referred to as one of the most underestimated nutrients for seniors. How to get magnesium the right way. The encouraging news is that restoring magnesium levels can profoundly improve your health. Seniors who address their magnesium deficiency often report experiencing deeper sleep, fewer muscle cramps and restless nights, sharper memory and improved focus, a more stable mood and increased energy, better balance, and fewer falls. However, it's important to understand that not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Magnesium oxide, while inexpensive, is poorly absorbed and can often cause diarrhea. For seniors, more beneficial forms include magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, or magnesium malate. These are gentler on the digestive system and are absorbed much more effectively. The optimal daily dosage for most seniors is between 250 and 400 milliliters, depending on their diet and existing health conditions. Food sources to boost magnesium. Don't overlook the importance of dietary sources. Excellent foods rich in magnesium include leafy green vegetables such as spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds and almonds, avocados, black beans and lentils, and dark chocolate, in moderation, of course. However, due to potential soil depletion, relying solely on food sources might not be sufficient, which is why judicious supplementation can be life-changing. Magnesium may not be the most glamorous nutrient, but for seniors, it is a silent powerhouse. Correcting a deficiency can lead to the surprising improvement or disappearance of many age-related issues like cramps, poor sleep, and brain fog. Up next, the third best vitamin, the one your skin can no longer make enough of, leading to weakening bones, immunity, and mood. The third best vitamin, vitamin D3, the sunshine nutrient that fights frailty. After 60. If magnesium acts as the quiet assistant, then vitamin D3 functions as the master switch, a nutrient that influences the strength of your bones, the responsiveness of your immune system, and the sharpness of your brain. The reality is that by the time you reach 65, your body's ability to produce vitamin D3 naturally declines by over 50%. This reduction is primarily due to your skin's diminished efficiency in converting sunlight into vitamin D. When you factor in increased time spent indoors, the use of sunscreen, or living in regions with weaker sunlight, a deficiency becomes almost a certainty. Why vitamin D3 is critical. After 60, vitamin D3's importance extends far beyond bone health, although it is crucial for preventing fractures. It functions more like a hormone, impacting nearly every system in your body. It supports bone strength by working with calcium and vitamin K2 to maintain bone density and prevent fractures. It protects muscles, as a deficiency can lead to weakness and an increased risk of falls. It bolsters immune defenses, helping your body combat infections and repair damage. It also contributes to brain health, supporting mood, memory, and cognitive function. In fact, a 2020 review in the British Medical Journal found that seniors with low vitamin D levels had a 50% higher risk of respiratory infections and a 30% higher risk of mortality from all causes. This implies that conditions ranging from heart disease and diabetes to dementia were more likely to occur if vitamin D3 levels were insufficient. The symptoms of low vitamin D3. The concerning aspect is that most seniors are unaware of their deficiency. The symptoms are often subtle, including persistent fatigue, low mood or depression, frequent colds or slow recovery from illness, aching bones or weak muscles, and poor balance leading to more falls. Do these sound familiar? Many seniors attribute these to simply getting older, when in reality, they are often due to a straightforward lack of vitamin D3. How to restore vitamin D3. Safely, here lies a common problem. Most multivitamins contain only 400 to 800 IU of vitamin D3, whereas studies indicate that older adults typically require 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily simply to maintain healthy blood levels. The most effective form is calciferol D3, not D2, which is less potent and less bioavailable. A helpful tip is to always consume vitamin D3 with a meal that includes healthy fats, such as olive oil, avocado, or salmon, as it is fat-soluble, and this significantly improves absorption. If your blood tests reveal low levels, your doctor might prescribe higher doses temporarily to restore balance. Food sources of vitamin D3. While sunlight remains important, dietary sources can also contribute. Excellent options include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as egg yolks and fortified foods such as milk or orange juice. However, the truth is that by the age of 60, food alone is rarely sufficient, making smart supplementation often essential. Vitamin D3 acts as your body's shield against frailty. Without it, bones can become brittle, muscles weaken, immunity falters, and your brain function slows. Conversely, with adequate vitamin D3, seniors often report feeling stronger, more energetic, and even happier within weeks. Up next, the second best vitamin, the deficiency that can mimic dementia, drain your energy, and silently weaken your legs if ignored. The second best vitamin, vitamin B12, the nerve protector and brain saver after 60. If vitamin D3 serves as your body's shield, then vitamin B12 acts as your body's spark plug, a nutrient that keeps your nerves firing, your blood flowing, and your memory sharp. Here's a startling statistic. By the age of 65, up to 1 in 4 seniors are deficient in B12, and the majority are unaware of it. The primary reason is that age fundamentally alters bodily functions. Your stomach produces less acid as you get older, and this acid is necessary to separate B12 from the food you eat. When you add common senior medications like antacids, proton pump inhibitors for reflux, or metformin for diabetes, the problem is amplified. Consequently, even if you consume eggs, chicken, or dairy products regularly, your body may no longer be able to absorb sufficient B12 to maintain optimal health. Why vitamin B12 is so important. After 60, vitamin B12 is crucial for 3 primary bodily systems: brain and memory, where it protects nerve cells, helps prevent brain shrinkage, and supports mental clarity; blood health, as it is essential for the production of red blood cells, thus preventing anemia and fatigue; and muscle function, by supporting nerve communication to muscles, which is vital for maintaining leg strength and stability. A deficiency in B12 doesn't merely cause tiredness. It can present symptoms that mimic dementia, depression, or even neuropathy, nerve damage. Many seniors are informed that these are simply signs of aging when, in reality, they stem from a correctable nutrient deficiency. Symptoms of low vitamin B12. The warning signs often creep up on you gradually. These can include persistent fatigue or weakness, memory lapses, confusion or brain fog, tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, poor balance or frequent falls, and pale skin or brittle nails. If left unaddressed, low B12 levels can lead to irreversible nerve damage. This underscores the profound importance of testing and supplementation for seniors. How to restore vitamin B12 safely. The daily requirement for seniors is typically between 500 and 1,000 micrograms per day, a considerably higher amount than what is usually found in most multivitamins. Here's how to approach it effectively. Choose the right form. Opt for methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin, as these forms are better absorbed by aging bodies. Select the optimal delivery method. Sublingual lozenges, which dissolve under the tongue, bypass the digestive system, and are absorbed directly into the bloodstream. In cases of severe deficiency, doctors may recommend injections. It's important not to rely solely on food sources. While fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy contain B12, absorption can be unreliable in older adults due to reduced stomach acid. The positive news is that B12 is water-soluble, meaning your body flushes out any excess, making toxicity rare. Foods rich in B12. If your digestion is still robust, these foods can help supplement your B12 levels. Salmon, tuna, and sardines. Eggs, particularly the yolk, grass-fed beef, yogurt, and milk. However, it's important to remember that supplements are frequently necessary after age 60 to maintain healthy levels. The first best vitamin, omega-3. Fatty acids, EPA, and DHA. The longevity nutrient seniors cannot afford to miss if there is one nutrient that possesses the genuine potential to transform the aging process. It is omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, specifically EPA and DHA, are not merely beneficial, they are life-extending. A large-scale study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which tracked over 42,000 seniors, yielded remarkable findings. Individuals with the highest blood levels of omega-3s exhibited a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. This translates to fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, sharper minds, stronger joints, and ultimately, longer lives. Why omega-3s matter so much after 60. As you age, chronic inflammation emerges as a silent adversary. It exacerbates arthritis, weakens muscles, stiffens arteries, and contributes to cognitive decline. This is precisely where omega-3s play a crucial role. They support heart health by reducing dangerous arrhythmias, lowering triglyceride levels, and maintaining blood vessel flexibility. DHA is a fundamental building block of brain tissue, protecting memory, focus, and mood. Omega-3s also contribute to joint health by reducing stiffness and pain, enabling greater ease of movement. Furthermore, multiple studies indicate that omega-3s slow cellular aging by protecting telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA. In essence, omega-3s not only contribute to a longer life, but also help you remain your vibrant self for longer. The omega-3 deficiency problem. Here's the critical issue. A substantial 68% of adults over 60 in America are deficient in omega-3s. The primary reason is that most seniors do not consume enough fatty fish. Instead, processed foods abundant in omega-6 oils, corn, soy, canola, disrupt the delicate balance, creating inflammation that leads to joint pain, brain fog, heart disease, and accelerated aging. How to get enough omega-3s after 60. The most effective strategies include consuming more fatty fish, aiming for 2 to 3 servings per week of salmon, sardines, anchovies, or mackerel. Supplementing smartly is also crucial. Opt for a high-quality fish oil that provides at least 1,000 milliliters of combined EPA and DHA daily. For seniors with heart or inflammatory conditions, doctors may recommend 2,000 milliliters or more. Always check the label to ensure the fish oil has been tested for heavy metals, is purified for safety, and is ideally in triglyceride form for better absorption. Take your supplements with meals, preferably with healthy fats like avocado or olive oil, to enhance absorption. For those following a vegan diet or with fish allergies, algae-based omega-3 supplements offer a direct source of DHA. While foods like salmon, sardines, mackerel, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and pasture-raised eggs contain omega-3s, achieving therapeutic levels often requires supplementation after 60. Omega-3s represent the closest thing to a nutritional insurance policy, safeguarding your brain, heart, joints, and your ability to maintain independence as you age. If you decide to add just one supplement to your daily routine after 60, make it omega-3s. It's not just about living longer, but about living stronger. Final conclusion. So, there you have it. The unvarnished truth about vitamins and your health after 60. Certain supplements, such as vitamin A in its retinol form, iron supplements, calcium supplements, and high-dose vitamin B6, can subtly erode your health over time, speeding up the aging process, weakening your heart, and even damaging your nerves. These insidious dangers often hide behind labels that suggest they are beneficial for seniors, but the reality is they may be making you feel older than you truly are. Conversely, when you make informed choices to incorporate the right nutrients, magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3 fatty acids, you provide your body with precisely the support it craves during this vital stage of life. These are the nutrients that contribute to stronger bones, a sharper mind, a steadier heart, and sustained energy levels. The difference between decline and vitality is not a matter of luck or simply age. It hinges on the daily decisions you make. Every pill you take, every bite you eat, and every habit you cultivate either moves you closer to weakness or strengthens your path forward. At Better Health, we want you to remember this. Aging is an inevitable part of life, but suffering from it is not. If today's information has opened your eyes, don't let it end here. Take a moment tonight to examine the labels on your current supplements. Discuss your vitamin levels with your doctor. Most importantly, begin the process of replacing harmful choices with beneficial ones. Your future health is not yet written. You are actively composing it with every decision you make. Share in the comments below which vitamin surprised you the most today. Was it one you are currently taking? If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on crucial health insights that help you stay stronger for longer. Remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right nutrition, they can still lie ahead.